Okay, so in other news, like how I get that started off, we got Trump's election case is being put on hold while the Supreme Court attempts to justify it. Essentially, they're going to look at his immunity to whether it should be thrown out or not. That is crazy news. Personally, I think it should go to court myself. But, we want to see all the gritty details. We need to know what's going on with this. But, I do have a feeling it's going to get thrown out because it's probably BS. But what's up, everybody? How the hell's your day going? I'm in a rush today, if you can't tell. This is Legitical Response. We cover political news, mostly stuff you're not going to hear in the mainstream. We're kind of a anti-propaganda show around here. We like to take the left narrative and counter that narrative with a little bit of logic, hence Legitical. Logic and political. There you go. But what's up, everybody? If you're new around here, smash that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. And if you could do me a big favor and smash that like button for me, it would be a big help to me and I would be greatly appreciative. But in more ironic news, I got this. Check this out right quick, you guys. The U.S. is restricting visas for nearly 300 Guatemalan lawmakers, others for undermining democracy, huh? That's coming from the Biden administration. Oh, that's my democracy, right? Check it, though. Watch this. The irony is thick on this one, I should say. The Biden administration announced on Monday that it would impose visa restrictions on nearly 300 Guatemalan lawmakers, private sector leaders, and their families it accuses of undermining democracy and the rule of law. Guatemala faces mounting criticism by world leaders and watchdogs, accusing it of attempting to block progressive President-elect Bernardo Abreu from taking office in January. The victory of Arevo, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, Arevalo, and his Seed Movement Party is seen as a threat to those who have long wielded power in Guatemala. The anti-corruption crusader has been a target for months with arrests of party members, raids, and repeated requests to lift his immunity so prosecutors can investigate him directly. That is right. In a statement, it said those individuals were responsible for or complicit in political targeting of opposition, intimidation of peaceful protesters, raids, opening of ballot boxes, and lifting of immunity of electoral magistrates who certify the elections. Does this sound familiar to anybody? Or at least some of it. I just thought that was quite ironic. And I wanted to get that out there just because it was so damn ironic. And it's something you're probably not going to hear about in the mainstream. But as you can see, that's not the main story for today. We're going to get into the main story for today. Now, this is something that is covered in the mainstream, but it's something I can't pass up. I'm sorry. I've got to cover it because I've been on this story for a little while now, ever since it came up. GOP pledges to hold Hunter Biden in contempt of Congress. That's right. Hunter Biden was supposed to show up for a closed-door deposition with Congress to spill the beans on why Joe Biden is being peddled all over the place by Hunter Biden and James Biden, or Jim Biden, or whatever. The Biden crime family is being peddled. That's right. So they were supposed to go in to Congress, have a deposition, get all this out in the open, and he did not show up. What? Yeah. He's going to be held in contempt of Congress. I don't think that carries much jail time, but considering all the charges Hunter Biden is facing, I mean, you're just throwing fuel on the fire now. It's crazy. Check it. 2 House Republican chairs said they would initiate contempt proceedings against the president's son, Hunter Biden, after he failed to appear for a scheduled deposition following a subpoena. Now imagine if it would have been Donald Jr. or one of other Trump's sons not show up to Congress for this. Oh man, it would have been blowing up for a whole week on the mainstream propaganda machine. That's all you would have heard about. Oh, Donald Trump Jr., blah, 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 blah. That's all it would have been. Biden instead gave a press conference, Hunter Biden that is, on the Capitol lawn in front of the Senate, reiterating his offer to appear before the committee only if he can do so in a public setting. That's right. But that's not how these things work. Now, I only know this because I cover Congress a lot. And when you go for these depositions, every single committee hearing that you see, all the public hearings, everybody that testifies does a closed-door deposition before they testify. That's the whole process. They get their statements, they give their testimony out, it's recorded, put into the record, right? So when they do a public hearing on it, they have all of their testimony on record, right? So if they try to change their story or anything, boom, it's right there. No, you just lied to Congress. Well, that's how every single person that testifies in front of Congress, that's how this works. And Hunter Biden was trying to skip that process. He didn't want the closed-door deposition. The GOP is now pointing to the deposition as another justification for its impeachment inquiry, which the House is set to formally kick off with a Wednesday night vote. That means tonight. We are voting on impeachment inquiry, not impeachment. In the inquiry to get in so we can open up some more congressional subpoena power to get more information that we need. That's happening tonight, folks. So we'll be covering that tomorrow. See what happens. Hunter Biden today defied lawful subpoenas, and we will now initiate contempt of Congress proceedings. We will not provide special treatment because of his last name is Biden. House Oversight Chair James Comer and House Judiciary Chair Jim Jordan said in a joint statement, "Today, the House will vote on an impeachment inquiry resolution to strengthen our legal case in the courts as we face obstruction from the White House and witnesses. Today's obstruction by Hunter Biden reinforces the need for a formal vote." I agree. They need to vote for that because Joe Biden is totally wrecking this country. We need to do something about it. Republicans wanted to speak to Hunter Biden about his financial dealings as well as a Justice Department investigation into his failure to pay taxes. That's right. And this is coming from the son of a president who is constantly griping about the rich need to pay their fair share. What, your son? That's kind of hypocritical right there, huh? Your son's not paying taxes on this. Just shows you where Joe Biden is. He is a corrupt career politician. He's a dirty politician that, God, man, I bet there's a lot of people in this country right now kicking themselves in the ass for voting for Joe Biden. Some people are just blind and going to vote for him anyway. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about regular folks who were tired of the back and forth with Donald Trump and all the media going after Donald Trump all the time. They just wanted it all to stop. They were tired of hearing about Trump, blah, blah, blah. We'll get somebody, we'll vote for this guy. Not knowing that this guy is one of the most corrupt politicians in the United States, probably in the world. So they're probably kicking themselves in the ass right now, and I don't blame them. Hey, look, you were fooled by the mainstream narrative propaganda machine doing its thing, spitting out nothing but lies, a little bit of truth, more lies, just compounding the already fucked up situation that we're in. For 6 years, I have been the target of unrelenting Trump attack machine shouting, "Where's Hunter?" Well, here's my answer. I am here, Biden said Wednesday morning. Yeah, no, you weren't in the deposition. You weren't in the hall giving your deposition to Congress. You were in front of the Senate giving a damn press conference. That's not where you were supposed to be. So no, you're a liar. You were not there. Here I am, Mr. Chairman, taking you up on your offer when you said we can bring these people in for depositions or committee hearings, whichever they choose. Like I said, Every time you testify in front of Congress, you go in for a closed-door deposition, and then you come back for your public committee hearing. That's how those things work. So, you can't have one without the other. I am here to testify at a public hearing today to answer any of the committee's legitimate questions. Right. They don't want to hear nothing. He won't answer questions about how much his dad was involved with his shady foreign business dealings and how much Joe Biden gained from his business dealings and how much Joe Biden twisted the narrative, like with Burisma. I'm sure y'all all know that story. Got the prosecutor that was investigating Burisma, got him fired by withholding or threatening to withhold congressionally approved loan guarantees to Ukraine. See how that works? Republicans do not want an open process where Americans can see their tactics, expose their baseless inquiry, or hear what I have to say, he continued. That is not true. Like I said, you don't go in for a public committee hearing without doing a closed-door deposition. They'll do a closed-door deposition, then have a public committee hearing. So, that's not true either. That was another lie. Contempt proceedings first require a vote by the committee that issued the subpoena, which are then forwarded to the House floor for a vote. The resolution essentially refers the matter to the Department of Justice, which can decide whether to pursue a case. The department recently undertook 2 out of 4 contempt cases referred by the House after people rebuffed subpoenas from the now dissolved January 6th committee. Jim Jordan was among those subpoenaed by the committee, but he pushed back when asked by a reporter about his dodging of the subpoena, noting he responded with a letter inquiring about the deposition. Still, he did not ultimately appear under the schedule set by the subpoena. Hey, look, honestly, if I was Jim Jordan, I wouldn't have done that either. That whole thing was a damn sham. It was nothing but a show trial. I mean, who does a government congressional committee hearing on primetime television? Did anybody else find that a little bit weird? Let me know down in the comments. Comer previously said he would drop everything if Biden wished to testify publicly, but that offer came before his formal subpoena, which demanded a closed-door deposition. Like I said, you get the closed-door deposition, then you get the public hearing. Jamie Raskin, the top Democrat of the House Oversight Committee and a former member of the January 6 panel, mocked the 2 GOP chairs for failing to agree to the open setting. Now, that's BS. He knows damn good and well what I've been saying in this whole video. Closed-door deposition, committee hearing. Chairman Comer and Chairman Jordan would not take yes for an answer. Why? Because they wanted to conduct the deposition in a closed-door interview so the public couldn't see it, and so they could continue to cherry-pick little pieces of evidence and distort and misrepresent what had taken place there. And this is a pattern, he said. Once again, closed-door deposition, committee hearing. And Mr. Raskin, I will say this. You are guilty of that a lot. Just like every single one of your Democratic colleagues are guilty of that same very thing. Doing that crap all the time. A lot of Republicans are also guilty of that. He also noted that Biden is already facing prosecution for the Justice Department for his failure to pay taxes. Tax everybody! They talk obsessively about Hunter Biden, who has his own special counsel who's been appointed to prosecute him. He's just been brought up on tax charges in California, and we say let the criminal justice process work. They are. Unlike the Republicans, we accept that the justice system could convict the Democrats of crimes, Raskin said. What is that supposed to mean? We have got the Biden administration persecuting all these January 6th defendants. Not talking about the violent ones. I'm talking about the people that just showed up, walked into the Capitol, walked around as if they were tourists and got charges for trespass or trying to obstruct a congressional hearing, a congressional proceeding. There is a lot of people that got charges on January 6th for doing nothing more than tourism. So don't come at me with that BS. I'm sorry, that's just bullshit, if you ask me. Democrats love to point the finger, and that's something we always say a lot, that when the Democrats are yelling at the other side about something that they're doing, they're actually telling you what they themselves are doing. So if they're pointing the finger at Republicans for that, it's guaranteed that's exactly what they're doing. Just like I said in the opening of this video, with the Biden administration going after Guatemala for democracy, right? It's just all so hypocritical and such BS. And that's what I'm here to point all that bullshit out. So that's all I got for this one, you guys. Let me know what you think about all this down in the comments. What do you think about this Hunter Biden testifying? Is anything going to come of it? Probably not. They wanted to hear it anyway because there are some tough questions to be answered, I must say, about Hunter Biden's father. Very, very tough questions. But, like I said, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about all this. And y'all try to have a good day and be positive. Peace.